Hey guys, today I'm here with Teresa, and what we're going to talk about is how to do a good push-up. And not only just how to do a good push-up, but how to do a scaled push-up and still get something out of it. So as we know, one of the ways people do push-ups typically is to get on the ground. I'll do it first. And a lot of times they'll flare their elbows out, and then they say, well, if I can't do that, let me just put my knees on the ground, and then I'll just kind of come down this way. Well, there's a couple problems with that. First, with the elbows flaring out, it's okay, it's a different type of push-up, but to be honest with you, we like to keep our elbows in. And we do it for one really important reason. It's safer for your shoulders. It's a more efficient position to be in, and it's actually going to keep your shoulder in good position while you're doing those push-ups. So that's step number one. The reason we don't go down to the knees as a scaled option is because it doesn't allow you to get build any abdominal core strength in here. It kind of cuts the body length in half, and it really will never build that. The unfortunate part is push-ups from the knees only make you really better at push-ups on the knees, but they don't transfer well to a good push-up. So let's look at what a good push-up looks like. Teresa's going to show us here. I'm going to point out a few parts of this. Now, first of all, Teresa's got her hands right up underneath her shoulders, which is great, so we can draw a straight line down. The other thing she's doing that's really important is she's sort of leaning forward, or it probably feels like she's leaning forward, and we can tell because she's got some, the hands are widening out by the wrist, and we know she's putting a good bit of pressure there. That's the right way to do it because as she goes down, go ahead and go down to the bottom of the push-up. As she goes down into the push-up, rock forward a little bit for me. Right. We have this straight forearm to the ground. And go ahead and come back up. I know it's hard to sit in this position. Hang out there for 1 second. She's got that straight forearm perpendicular to the ground. And that's the way we want to do it. Now, if she didn't do that, rock back for me just a little bit. Let's see the way some people usually do it. See how the elbow comes back and we have this crazy angle going to the ground? It's a different type of push-up, and it's really actually not as good for you. It's not going to help you build triceps. Now, this is a great push-up. Go ahead and go down one more time. And what we like to see is the shoulder below the level of the elbow, okay? The shoulder below the level of the elbow. Straight line throughout the body. She's not bending at the waist, and she drives back up as if her whole body was one plank. I know, I made you stay down there for a bit. All right, pop back up. So, what if you can't do that? And be honest with you, most people, and I'm not even just saying guys, girls, or otherwise, most people that start with us at you or CrossFit cannot do a push-up that looks like that. It takes time because you have to build up some of the muscles that you don't typically use. A really, really easy way that we do this, and we scale them, is just like we do for our at-home program when we're working at the house and you guys don't have equipment around. And that's simply elevate the push-up. All right, so let's show you how that looks. We're gonna use our tires here at the gym, but honestly, a sturdy chair, a sturdy couch, a sturdy coffee table, anything that's not gonna move on you and be unsafe is a perfectly fine way to help scale this. In fact, you could even scale it to the wall and it's still gonna work. So now Tracy's still in a straight line. You'll see that she rocked forward a little bit. This is actually gonna help her out because now she goes down to the bottom of this push-up. She's still got that straight line. Now we're just off to the angle that her body is to the ground, okay? And she drives back up. Now let's show one bad one where we're gonna bend at the waist. So Teresa's gonna start going down into the push-up and then bend at the waist. Right, we see this sometimes where there's a collapse of the body, okay? Come on back up. And really all that's telling us is, most likely, that's not the right angle for you to start at. You need to go higher, okay? So if we had a little bit higher box that was this high, that's gonna make it a little bit easier for Teresa. The important thing here is that you have great form, and then you work lower and lower and lower and lower until you eventually actually be on the ground. And then even at that point, you might be able to do 1 or 2 on the ground, but then have to go back to something elevated to continue on. The key here is to maintain the good form all the way through, and you'll reap the rewards. What you don't want to do is start off great and say, well, I'm already on the floor, and then start bending at the waist or actually drop to the knees or anything like that. You're not going to see the results you want to do. Great things about push-ups is they've been around forever and ever and ever. You can do them anywhere, basically, and anywhere where you have a little bit of an elevated surface. Again, make sure it's safe and not a chair that's going to move on you like on a wooden floor, okay? Be safe about it, but you can do them anywhere and you can get a great workout out of it. All right? Have a great day.